Um, uh, Hello again, Jane.
Hi.
Jane, do you know what a train spotter is?
Yes.
Yeah. How sad are train spotters?
Very.
Very sad, aren't they? Sitting on the edges of platforms in the rain, looking for train numbers. Do you know what the only thing sadder than a train spotter is?
Oh no, I've got no idea.
You got no idea. Believe it or not, Jane, the only thing sadder than a train spotter is a card magician.
Oh dear.
Okay? Believe me, I know. Have you ever been to a magic convention?
No.
Okay, well basically a magic convention consists of a bunch of grown men sat about for 2 days talking about card tricks.
Okay.
Can you think of anything sadder than that?
No.
No. Well, I was at a magic convention about 6 weeks ago, the very first one I'd ever been to. When I was there were 3 guys sat in the main hall, sat around a table talking about the trick that I'm about to show you, called the Fabulous Four Aces. Now, before I tell you what they were talking about, let me just explain a little bit about how this trick works. Basically, the aces are taken one at a time and are lost into the deck in a very fair manner. So you can see the ace of clubs going in there. Okay, then the ace of diamonds is going in a little bit closer, a little bit further down the pattern. You can see it is going in somewhere different.
Yes.
We then take the ace of hearts, and that goes in a little bit further down, as you can see, like that.
Okay.
Followed by the ace of spades, which goes towards the bottom. So the 4 aces lost into separate positions.
Yeah. All mixed up.
Within the deck, yeah. And then you give them a cut, and then you give them a shuffle to randomise the order of the cards. Now, this was the position where I actually joined the trick. They'd actually shuffle the cards up, and they were on the side of the mat like this.
Okay.
And I was looking over the back of the Chesterfield at what these 3 magicians were talking about.
Yes.
And the first guy took the deck, and he says, I think the secret of the Fabulous 4 Ace trick is surprise. And the other 2 magicians looked at him a bit gone out because they didn't understand what he meant. He said, let me show you. So what you need to do is you take the deck, you do the move, you spread the cards, and there should be a card face up in the middle. Now, on this particular occasion, it was the 7 of hearts.
Right.
Now, the other 2 magicians looked at him a little bit funny because they didn't understand why this should happen.
No, they thought it was going to be an ace.
They thought it was going to be an ace. And the first magician said, well, yeah, the fact that it's not an ace, that's the surprise.
Right.
I write all this pattern myself. Yeah, I see you buy into this. And the first magician says, no. Actually, it's an indicator card. And the other 2 magicians says, it indicates you screwed the trick up, mate. And they said, no, watch. 7. Look, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 7th card. And it was indeed the ace of clubs.
Excellent.
Okay, now I was quite impressed by that because I didn't see how he'd done it. Anyway, the second guy wasn't that impressed. And he took the deck off the first guy and he says, oh, no. He says, the secret of the Fabulous 4 Ace trick is speed. And the other 2 guys looked at him because they didn't understand what he meant. He said, I'll show you what I mean. He says, you look through the deck, spot the ace, do the move, spread the cards, and in the middle there should be a face-up ace.
Fabulous.
In this case, the ace of diamonds. And again, I have to say that I was quite impressed by that because I didn't see how he'd done it.
Very impressed.
Then the third magician took the deck off the second magician. He says, oh, no. The secret of the Fabulous 4 Aces is a magic spell. And he took his hands and he cast his hands over the deck like this. Now, I thought he was trying to do a Marlowe Vanish, but he wasn't. And as he was casting his shadow, he says, not only is this as a mystic spell, it's also a mystic spell. And the other 2 guys looked at him because they didn't know what he meant.
No.
And the third magician picked up the deck and he says, look, I'm going to spell Ace of Hearts because it's a magic spell. And he did. He went A-C-E, ace, O-F of, because that was a middle name, H-E-A-R-T, next card was the S, and there was the Ace of Hearts.
Fabulous.
Now, I was absolutely the Fabulous 4 Aces. Now, I was totally impressed by that. But then, the first magician actually spotted me looking at these other 3 guys over the back of the Chesterfield. And he said, hey, come here, you come and sit down with us. So I went and sat with them. And the third magician actually gave me the deck. And he said, if you've been watching us, you find the ace of spades. Now, I was a bit taken by that. And I said, look, guys, after watching you 3 guys find these first 3, I don't even have an opinion as to where the ace of spades is, Okay. And he says, no, you must have a go. If you've been watching, you must have a go. So I said, okay. Now, you've got to bear in mind, there'd been 4 aces to begin with.
Yes.
Yeah? And I was being asked to find the last one, the ace of spades. But I have to say that I have got a fairly well-trained eye.
Right.
And I decided to show them my take on the Fabulous 4 Aces. So I decided to cut exactly to the ace of spades.
Amazing.
Watch. And I put my hand over the deck, and I cut exactly to the ace of spades.
Okay.
Well, approximately to where the ace of spades was. It is a very difficult thing to do, but I've got a fairly well-trained eye, and I knew it was in here somewhere.
Okay.
So I said to the first magician, I said, would you play a guessing game with me? And he said, yeah, why not? I said, well, I'll tell you what, look. I'll sort these cards out, like so, and when I've actually separated them out, I want you to guess where you think the ace of spades is. So I sorted the cards out like so, and I said to the magician, I said, which hand do you think the ace of spades is in?
Okay.
Which hand? This one. You see, you've got a canny eye as well, just like me, because you're absolutely right, it's in this hand. You see, let's try that again. Okay. Keep your eye on where you think the ace of spades is. Keep your eyes wide open. All right, Jane, where do you think the ace of spades is this time? You think, no. You see, perhaps not as... I've been doing this a lot longer than you, though. Okay. So look, again. Okay, Jane, which hand do you think it's in this time? Ooh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it is in that one. All right. Okay, last time. Okay, Jane, which one do you think it is?
I think it might be that one.
You think it could be this one? You think it's this one?
Yes.
All right, shall we have a look?
Yes.
You see, I had been keeping my eye on the ace of spades, and you know the secret of the fabulous four aces is, in fact, that this is the ace of spades. And they were impressed. And they were impressed. But, Jane, I have to say, you know me saying before that my game is poker?
Yes.
Well, not only had I kept my eye on the ace of spades throughout the whole trick,
Right.
I'd also kept my eye on the ten of spades. I'd kept my eye on the jack of
Oh my
spades.
goodness.
I'd kept my eye on the queen of spades. And I'd kept my eye on the king of spades for a royal flush in spades, yeah, which, as every poker player will tell you, beats four aces any day of the week.
Wonderful. Excellent.
Jane, which one do you think it is? You think it could be this one?
I
Now
think
you
so.
see, you've been keeping your eye on the ace of spades, and so have I, and we found this